Hey Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Robert. All good, all good. What about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for coming to the interview here today. Just wanted to ask you a couple questions, if you don't mind. Kind of have a basic understanding of certain things here. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely, no
Sure.
problem.
Excellent. What's your experience in cold call?
I have pretty extensive experience in cold calling. Homeowners experience, expired listings, FSVOs, buyers, and also did circle prospecting. I guess the best experience for me maybe was doing or calling for recruitment, real estate agents. Very
Mhm.
challenging and salespeople, man.
I know it's not an easy task. So kudos to you. For all the calls you have made, do you have an average of how many calls you made per day and per week?
Using an auto dialer there, I would say like in good days, 500 in a day.
Wow, that's a lot.
Or yeah, that's it, pretty a lot, man. That's in good days actually, but in great days, 300 calls. It all depends if how many people you actually have spoken to. That will decrease eventually.
That's good to know. And out of the calls you made on daily goals, weekly, monthly goals, out of the calls you made, how many appointments you think you were able to set up per week?
I wouldn't be able to measure that per week, but I guess per day would be probably around 2 to 3, or that's in good days again. In great days, like 3 to 5 appointments.
Okay, that's pretty good. Very good on par. What's out there right now with the standard or the average industry? What's your strategy for handling the leads? Meaning, how do you start a conversation with the lead when you first get in touch with them? What's your sort of your strategy to break the ice?
This is actually what I found out was really if you're gonna talk to the leads, you're gonna have to talk to them like you already know them and they already know you. Casual greeting of a friend, like a long time friend that they haven't heard anything of for a while. That's how you can break the boundary between strangers. When you greet them like, "Hey Rob, this is Jay from EXP. How are you?" With that sound, I don't know if that's gonna work out. It can break the boundary between strangers, man. And I don't see any problem with that, but that's a telemarketer kind of greeting. Once people hear that, oh, geez, this is a telemarketing, they hang up. You hate telemarketing. I hate telemarketing. Let's just be honest with that. But if you're going to change your tone, though, the way you open up your conversation with them, "Hey, Rob, Jay here, man, from EXP. How's everything doing?" Right there, every single time that I do that, I get like the question, "Do I know you?" That's already like they're doubting if they know me or not. So they don't want to hang up. They want to find out. So I'll keep on talking.
Good. I mean, that's a good way to strategy. Just the tonality of your voice is really a good strategy. So, what about the process of touching base with warm leads and cold leads? Do you apply the same process to warm and cold leads, or is it different?
It should be the same, honestly. And for warm leads, do not let those leads remain uncontacted and just sitting there in your file. Warm leads are very motivated, man. I mean, buyers and sellers. But if they were in the process of like maybe making a decision in decision making process, maybe make sure they always set a time and a goal with them. When are you going to call back? Just for at least for them to expect that you'll definitely going to get in touch again with them, not to leave them hanging. You know what I mean? Like, because
Right.
you also don't know when to make a perfect follow up as well. So they can tell that directly to you. And same as for cold leads, you're gonna have to send them at least a text message or maybe like an email every single week. But be very careful maybe in sending those kind of messages because a lot of people will get annoyed about it. They don't want that. Make sure that it's very personal kind of text, not business related.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, you do have a time that you set up to follow up, right? Don't contact them back for business yet.
Good. That's good. I like that approach. Let's talk about tools. What are some of your favorite call calling tools that you like to use? I'm going to guess is the dialer, right? Like the 2-3 line dialer.
Symbol, pretty much. And also line two. It's better to have a backup always.
I'm 100% with you on that. Symbol and line two are really good tools to have. How do you automate the call calling process? Is it a way to automate this process or not?
There is, but Symbol really is actually built up with that. And a lot of dialers are also built up with that pretty much. So it's pre-programmed. All you got to do is maybe after during the call callings, because what the system is actually going to do for you is that it will disregard all of this, maybe busy phone numbers and disconnected phone numbers. At the end of maybe your shift or 30 minutes at least, spend a time like that, maybe create another folder, remove those kind of phone numbers, and also maybe identify the phone numbers that are office. it's going to be a total waste of time if you're not going to do that. Separate those office phone numbers, keep on dialing them in your dialer. You'll just waste your time.
Can you tell me about a time when you worked with a client to improve their cold calling campaigns? Did you guys see any improvements? And if you saw it, can you tell me by what percentage?
I would say you have to work with your client always on that. Regardless if you guys are actually doing great, just don't contact them if things are not doing well. Always consider making some changes about the things that you're doing. You know what they're saying, right? There's always a room to make things better. And I guess what they're calling insanity, like you keep on doing the same thing and expecting the same result.
Right.
You're going to have to make some changes in your plans always, and maybe tell your client that, hey boss, this is the script that I'm going to be working on this month. What do you think about this script? You guys are actually going to brainstorm with that, ask what they think, and then tell them what you think. You guys can definitely come up with a better plan together. With that, I would say the time that I did with the recruitment department in Nexus Realty, our recruitment actually have increased because I keep on working with Masha about that, and also with Lori Baldwin. We are always brainstorming about better ways to approach leads if we notice something is actually going not good anymore, or maybe getting cold already.
That's good. Do you have an idea how many closed transactions resulted because of your efforts when doing cold calling for prospects, for buyers or sellers?
I'm not going to lie to you though. I haven't seen the data myself about it. I am making sure that I keep my clients busy. So I'm dialing for them. I do make sure that I actually provide them things that will keep them busy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess with the feedback that they're giving me without telling me any kind of close sales and all of that, with the data report, I guess everything went well. They're happy with the result that I gave them.
Mm-hmm.
And that tells me that we're successful in things that we're doing.
Good. I'm in agreement with you. That's the best way to do it. Do you have any favorite question to ask a lead when you get on the phone? Is there anything, how do you normally start a conversation when somebody pick up the phone?
I guess not really starting the conversation. The best part for me will actually be closing. When is the best time for us to set you the appointment and meet up with you?
Okay. Sure. I will say that's fair enough. I like that. Any strategy for nurturing leads that are in different stages of the buying, selling journey? Any tips you can give me?
For buyers, you definitely have to make sure that these buyers are qualified. You know what I mean? If you don't know, you're definitely going to be wasting your time with them. We're talking about business right here. If you don't make sure and ask the right question with the buyers, also with the sellers, let's just say that, because a lot of these people are actually some of these people rather just really want to list the property, either buyer or sellers. They're just happy loopers right there. And when they go in their system, maybe you were able to capture their data. You're gonna have to ask the right question if they're ready or not. Same goes with the sellers and buyers. When it comes to things, I guess, in doing the contract and all of that, I guess it's all up to the salesman and maybe the real estate agent. But for your part, you gotta have to make sure that you always connect with these people and always get some update with them. Yeah. Especially if these people are actually applying for a loan, maybe for the buyers, you have to always.
Good. I like that. Awesome. That's a good job right there.